Okay.
Going to focus on now was tempera painting, which was very popular at the very beginning of the Renaissance period.
In the early part of the Renaissance, up until almost the end of the 1400s, all Italian painters who were making portable paintings rather than ones painted directly on the wall used tempera paint on wood panels. When we think of painting, we think of oil and canvas. Those materials weren't really used widely until almost 1500. These kinds of tempera paintings, like the one that we're looking at here, would be for many different kinds of purposes. They could be altarpieces, they could be paintings in private settings, they could be portraits like this one.
Before we even get to the painting, let's talk about what the surface was. What did the artist actually paint on?
Well, all these paintings were on wood panel, like I said, and the wood in Italy was always poplar wood. And they didn't paint on just a single plank of wood because over time it would warp very easily and very quickly. So what artists did, and usually they would actually have someone in the workshop do this, is attach vertical planks of wood together and then attach them together across the back with cross beams.
That makes sense, because in museums sometimes you can actually see a little bit of a crack right along the seam of those planks.
Exactly. Those planks could also warp, but they wouldn't warp nearly as much as one single very, very wide plank. And those, of course, would be sanded down and smoothed out, and they would carefully choose pieces of wood that didn't have large knots or other kinds of defects.
So this was really a kind of craftsmanship that went into this. It was really like cabinet making.
Exactly.
Would the artist then paint directly on top of the wood?
No, they couldn't do that, partly because of the small imperfections like the grain of wood and the knots, but also the main problem is that the wood is absorbent, and so if they painted directly on the surface of the wood, the pigment would be absorbed like a sponge, and you would really see the wood almost more than the paint itself.
So did they put something sort of as a barrier in between?
That's right. They had to prepare the surface of the wood to make it completely smooth and completely non-absorbent, and for this they used something called gesso, which is like a liquid plaster that artists still use today.
So that must have been a lot cheaper than the paint itself. The paint was pretty expensive, wasn't it?
Paint was relatively expensive, partly because of the process of making the paint that you were going to use.
Wikipedia. This is just gonna be a short stream. It's not gonna be too long because I'm not in the mood to do any more streams after this one. Ooga booga. Okay, that's that. I'm officially done with my schoolwork. I just have to put in my reading log and PE log. Boom. Ooga booga. Okay. And I have to click completed on this Shiza too. Complete on that. On this. On this. And then let's see. Jimmy Jacks 20, 10, 10, 10, 10. Oops. I'm just gonna put that in there just to be for convenience. So you don't care. Just to get the P log out of the way, so I put my reading log in. Dude, I don't even know how I'm able to live stream with the way my Wi-Fi is, bro. Yeah, Grandpa's home. My dog's going crazy because my great grandpa just got home. Oh. I'm gonna end this stream here. I'll see you guys later. Bye.